All right. Yeah, there it is, man. What's going on, bro? Hold on. The table is janky. It's like cracked in half. I'm panicking, but it's not that serious. Okay, give me a second. There we go, I guess. Anyway, there's like a crack pause in the middle of the table, and it's creating this weird wedge. But yeah, I don't know, man. I told myself I was gonna do the last. I think you know what it was, man. If I'm being honest, for those that are wondering if you're here from the playback, a lot of it was just like I don't know what the word is. I guess the pressure of putting, um, excuse me, the pressure of making the truancy hours live. I think that was the main thing. So I thought about it. I was like, because the thing is, I have a new system. I have a new system for doing my truancy hours, and you guys are probably seeing those every Thursday night at 11 p.m. Excuse me. And the thing about that is like, I have a new system for it. You know what I mean? And this thing right here that's going on, I kind of need this, man. A lot of times, like a piece of me was like trying to figure out, is it the numbers that we're chasing? Are we looking at, we're at the 1700 mark. We're trying to get to three, if not four. So am I over here chasing the number necessarily? I don't know if that's necessarily the truth, but am I going for that or am I going for something else? But I'm trying to hit my mark. Like it's a combination. Got to make sure I hit my marks as much as I tap into, you know, whatever it is. A lot of the audience, a lot of the fans that actually tap into the channel, they find the videos, they find the live streams, they find whatever. They find it through the just straight up, vertical live stream. And some people be caught doom scrolling, and here I am just doing this thing here. So, I thought about it, I was like, it'd be kind of weird to just come up to the park. I mean, it's my favorite season, man. It's fall, so it wouldn't have bothered me. But just to come up to the park at this time of day, this time of the year, and then just kind of pre-record, that kind of would have messed me up. Because, like I said, I have a plan, or not. I'm gonna say plan. I have a new setup. I have a new format that I'm kind of pretty much more or less exercising on these new truancy joints for the 200 section. So I don't know, man. This right here had to be what it was. I mean, right now we're just had to come back with the live. Might drop in. I'm giving myself a little time limit, giving myself a certain type of time limit. Because I've been setting myself with that same time limit on the pre-recordings. You know what I mean? So I've been setting up the same thing. So that's what this whole thing is about, man. I hit the dramatic I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty much back out here. Same spots, same situations, same skies. Hairs are getting long though. I'm over here looking at the reflection. Like, goddamn, hair's growing. Hair's growing. I do need a haircut. You need a haircut, man. I think the last haircut was literally a month ago. So yeah, we back at it. We just doing this thing here, but this is not a truancy hour. It's less pressure of creating a truancy hour joint. Also clearing my head with everything going on. You know what I mean? Mila, what's going on? Adri, what's going on? Mila, what's weird? It's giving me the at. It gives me the at, um, rather than the actual username. So I don't know if that's right, but yeah, I see it says Mila Schilling. So let me know if that's okay. It's showing. Let me know if it's showing that on your end. If it's showing the at, it doesn't show the username. It shows the at. You see that too? Adri, what's going on? You at work? Were you like I don't know? I was watching you on Twitch. I was at work. I was actually delivering. We had a whole. I don't know how to explain it. We had a whole thing, and then they left it for me to do by myself. I don't know why they did that, but they're like, hey, he can handle it. He's over there by himself. And I just saw your notification, so then I started watching you because I thought someone was gonna come around the corner to help me out. Nobody helped me out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's the lighting. Um, Nobody came to help me out, but I was just watching you on the side while I delivered and stuff. I should have just propped my phone up though. Realistically, should have propped it up. But yeah, I guess I'm back to the live streams. By what? By BSF. I don't know what that means. The hell, Mila. I don't know if I remember you. I don't even know if I know you like that. Anyway, Adri, you said you're off today, so you thought I'd stream for a bit. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I thought about that today too when I got off work, because I got off and then I was like, it's the sun is still setting. You know what I mean? It's best friend. Oh, by best friend. Oh, Mila. I don't know if we've met, but okay, all right. I guess we're friends now. All right, yeah. No, we could be friends, whatever. But I don't know. Yo, as long as you ain't on no creepy shit, as long as you don't follow me home, I think we're good. You know, no creepiness. But yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. No, dang, work be bogus to you. Yell at them. Well, it's it's interesting because it was one of those days where I was doing a lot, and then they were kind of like a lot of the I don't know what the word is, like not veterans, but the seniority kind of people. They weren't really there. There was a few of them, but we also didn't have that much work to do. So part of me was like, I don't mind doing the heavy lifting. So let me just take care of the stuff, and then let me show the new guy, where everything is at, and then we'll just do the deliveries. We'll pop. So we're just going through the little process, and we're running him through the process slowly. But when everyone got off break, because by the time I get in, the people who are there 2 hours earlier, they get on break. So when they get off, we're over here working for about a couple minutes. They show up and they help us out. It was kind of, I don't know, man. The thing about it is like when they leave me to my own devices, I'm able to kill a whole hour by myself. You know what I mean? When they leave me alone, because you got to think I'm there from like for like I can't do the math right now. Like six, I'm there for like 6 hours. I only do like 6 hour shifts, 6 to 7 hour shifts, right? And if I can kill an hour by just this is the first assignment and it's just like the biggest thing. And the thing is like you can sit there and like do like a whole bunch of stuff and like tire your body out, or you can just sit there and take your time, sweet time with it. So anyway, that's the point I'm making is like I'm okay with working by myself. If they wonder why I haven't been back to department in an hour, they'd be like, oh, he hasn't been around. He's he's just doing the job by himself and he's working ergonomically so he doesn't hurt himself. You know, that's the way I look at it. If that makes sense. But anyway, you said you had a day off. That's pretty good. That's good to hear. Yeah, Wednesdays are probably a good day to have a day off. Honestly, I prefer my Fridays and Mondays. Yeah, I probably go for Fridays and Mondays a little more. Actually, I am off Mondays and Fridays, which is good. I'm trying to get it where like I'm working in the middle of the week and then I work on the weekend. That's kind of like my new plan. And it's crazy because I was saying earlier in terms of the podcast, like Truancy Hour joints. I always looked forward to doing those. You know what I'm saying? I always looked forward to doing those. Well, every day, but like every day, every week. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, I kind of just need daily, weekly check-in kind of thing. Find a day of the week to really do that and whatnot. So I'm feeling good, feeling great. Adri, did you buy any new games? I just realized that, or did you stream any new games? Last time I watched you doing Marvel, and then today I forgot what it was today because I only had a few minutes to check in. Um, but let me know if you got some new stuff on like Steam or whatever. I've been thinking about it because the thing is, like the thing is, I played Silk Song, and then after I beat Silk Song, the recordings will be coming out every Friday and Saturday for Silk Song. But my thing about that was like my high blood pressure, whatever, man. Not that I ever had it. I don't. Well, I get mad and shit, but my blood pressure lowered after playing Silk Song. I was like, yeah, I'm able to kind of just relax and just play Pokemon now, which is funny as hell. I'm able to just concentrate on like the Digimon, the timeline of what's it called, the storyline and shit like that. But my blood pressure went down after Silk Song. I was so happy. You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Is it no? It's free too. It's a new anime MMO that just came out. It's free. What is it called? I saw that and I was like, it remind like it's weird. I looked at it and I saw people doing the little dance for the EXP and what's it called? That reminded me a lot of what do you call this game, man? The Promised Neverland or something. I think it was called The Promised Neverland. And shout out to my friend Earthra. I won't use their real name, but shout out to them because they pretty much had the whole thing that introduced us to that. And my friend Riley. Yeah, there's a lot of people I haven't spoken to in a while. I think about it, just in the gaming community in general. I feel like a lot of people like we all used to be part of the same server, Discord server, and all that shit. Hope you are having a good day, broski. I'm looking at the profile picture, man. So it's showing me the @ but you gotta let me know what your real name is, man. But I just see BT. Bro, what am I looking at? Donrad? BT and Donrad 4193. My bad, bro. You gotta let me know, man. The funniest. All right, here we go. So Blue Protocol. Think of it like Sword Art Online and RuneScape. It's like a combination of it. Is that the combination of the two? How's it going? Oh damn, this thing went away. How do I do this? There was a way to do it. All right, 1 second. I felt like that was always there, the @ sign. Well, the @ sign too, but then also it used to just show me the username, but it showed me something. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up again. It said try the glitch. I don't know if I could do it actually. Hey, let me try something funny. This might be the green screen. Yeah, it's green screen. All right, whatever. Boom. Yeah, it's goofy, huh? Don't do it. All right, anyway. You saw the green screen? I could put shit behind me, which is hella funny. That's the funny thing about that. Roscoe was good. See, that's the thing. It says Ryan flipping, but I know that that's Roscoe. You know what I'm saying? I see the dog, so I know that that's Roscoe. But it's weird because it's like it's not showing me like the. But that's all right. You know, that's all right. I can live with that. That's the best way to describe the game, or just like other MMOs too, like Dragon Quest. Yeah, I feel like this month I'm just gonna focus on the ones that I want to play, like the Digimon and stuff, which very surprisingly is really good, very good. You know what I'm saying? Very good game. And then Pokemon's been fun. Like I don't know if you still keep up with that shit. Everyone I talked to about it was like they kind of fell off with Pokemon. I'm like, I still play the game. I still like that game personally. I still like trying to not necessarily trying to catch them all, but I like getting all my favorites. You know, shit like that. I joined Ashy. Get that out the way, man. But yeah, we got the cigar out. But shout out to Roscoe for dropping in. This what I'm saying. I know this. It looks a lot like It looks a lot like what's his name, man? Alex John. It looked a lot like Alex John, but it says BTN, Ron, and no, sorry, B10, Donrad 4193. My bad, bro. So it's weird, but it's like the thing about it is I'm so used to know like Roscoe. I'm so used to knowing you guys, um, based off of your usernames. But then like I'm memorizing pictures. Like obviously with Adri, I know because Adri has the blue. Like I know Adri in real life, and they have the blue wrench. Oh yeah, yep, same thing. So it's just kind of weird like that. Like, make sure the connection is still smooth over here. Hold on. I would go with Digimon any day. Really? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Some people lean one way, yeah, one way more than the other, which I understand. But ZA has been fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm able to run around and kind of just like battle on my own time. There was one night where I just or like excuse me, like night fell in the city in the game, and then usually you go to the battle zone, get as much coins and experience as possible. But then I end up going to just do the missions. So you could do the missions at night too. It really doesn't matter. But certain things are open and available during the daytime and nighttime. So it's kind of cool. Just some city life shit. But yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, man. You always stop by and say hey and like one. I appreciate it, man. Damn, thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here, man. As always. Yeah. We gotta relight the little get burnt up, ain't it? I should have brought the other little cutter to get that joint out. That's all right. Yeah, man. It's interesting to see Pokemon gamers seeing more of Digimon because of the new game. Digimon deserves the spotlight this time. It has come. It's still in the spotlight. I mean, they came out on the second. It's almost like they knew. It's like, hey, give us 2 weeks. Play our game for 2 weeks before Pokemon comes out. You'll see. And it was like, yeah, it's been fucking good. Even like yesterday, I was live streaming it. My guy Melon dropped in the chat, and he's like, when have they ever done this kind of storyline and voiceovering in Pokemon? I was like, never. They've never done it like this. You know, Pokemon went. I mean, excuse me, Digimon went all out this time. Was it Bandai Namco or whatever? Bandai Namco, and there's like I forget all the other companies that participated in this. But yeah, They really went there, man. This time, they took it there this time. I'll give them that much credit. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm just smoking. My bad. Yeah. Am I watching the new one or heard about it? I heard about it. I haven't watched it yet. Are you saying so? Okay, here's what I'm wondering though. Are you saying that there's a whole new one with different characters? Or are you saying that they rehashed it? Because I've heard both. I heard that there was one that they rehashed that I missed out on, and then I also heard that there was a whole new one with a different digivice. Because like in the game, they have a new digivice that has like 3 buttons on it. So I don't know if that's what it's based on. But then they had one like a couple years ago that was like it was like an app, and you can get a watch that linked up with the app. So I don't know if that's what that was. My bad. Make sure my torch is good. Okay. Oh, those kids don't catch the smoke. But yeah, I have not watched the new one though. I have not watched the new one. Ah. But yeah, I think the last like the only two I remember was the first generation and the second generation. I don't really remember much after that. If I'm being honest, you know, I don't remember anything. How's it going? Yeah, I think it was like no. There's a third one that had the cards. Remember the card swipe. The thing is, I didn't fully watch it though. I seen like the first few episodes, and I remember like Gilmon tripping out. Gilmon was like blowing shit up. He was getting angry, and then had to calm him down. And then Rainamon was with that one girl, and the girl was like hella mad all the time. And then the other dude, he was like trying to live his, he's trying to live his best life, but he was friends with Terriermon, and they kind of had a good relationship. But like his life outside of it, I forgot how that went. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, everybody was kind of depressed in the third one. That third gen, yeah, right. Surprisingly, the third one was good, but turned more dark. That's what I was just about to say. It's kind of dark, man. That was a dark storyline, low key, because it got like it got more into like the family life, like deeper into the kids' family life and what makes them, you know what I mean. But also, this is like during the time of like Linkin Park and all this like teenage angst, teenage angsty shit, and then like Linkin Park. That was like that same time period. My bad. I love the Digimon when I was like 10 in like 2000, and Yu-Gi-Oh more than Yu-Gi-Oh more than Pokemon until my clique moved on to different stuff. That's tricky, man. I feel like with Yu-Gi-Oh, see with Pokemon you can talk about it. With Pokemon you can talk about it with your friends. Yu-Gi-Oh, you can play it with your friends. You know what I mean? So Yu-Gi-Oh was like more like, hey, get the cards and then play. And then you might be trash at dueling, but at least you're having fun dueling. But the Beyblade shit was always like, man, that Beyblade shit was the shit. Like even as a kid. But like the thing about it was, you only knew about kids in your classroom, and then like for us, up and down Cherry, how's it going? Up and down Cherry, we had like a couple friends. Like my brother's childhood friend, he moved down the street, and he had like some good Beyblades. And then my cousin came from Singapore, he brought some crazy Beyblades, and then we used to battle. This is like '04, '03, '04. So it's a whole different time period. But to think like 20 years later, it's still like a participatory. Is that right? Participatory, participating hobby. I don't know if that's the right word. Somebody correct me. My English is fucked up right now. But you get what I'm trying to say. So we'll see, man. I'm trying to burn off the ends here. Am I still doing Beyblade meetups? You know what's funny is like there's one on Sunday that I normally go to, and then I told my guys I'm like I'm gonna be locked in all October playing Digimon, and then when Pokemon comes out, I'm gonna be playing Pokemon, and then after Pokemon comes out, I'm playing Dragon Quest, and then that's pretty much gonna eat up November also playing RPGs, and then I'm just gonna keep on working on stuff throughout November. So I might come back. Hey, look at this leaf that fell on the boom, leaf that fell on the bench. If they're about to play soccer, I might move spots because I don't want to be blowing smoke over here. But yeah, I'm pretty like I haven't went to one. I think I went to go check and make sure that the owner's kid got his Beyblades because I gave him a box or like a deck box full of stuff. And then like after that, it was like I haven't really been around. You know, yeah, I'm about to move spots. Mm. But yeah, it's pretty much it's still there. It's still available. All right, here we go. Add a QA sticker. A game we think deserves a sequel or remake. Here we go. Let's try it. Um, let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, favorite video game and or anime, and let's talk about it. Boom. Let's try that. Hey, how do I move this shit? I gotta move me. All right, put that right here. I bet. All right, there we go. We put it right there. Top right, top right. For a moment, I thought that was chocolate till I saw smoke coming out. It's burning chocolate, Adrian, for the kids. Anyway, no, so they're I didn't know they were gonna do a soccer meetup, and that's why all these like adults kind of huddled around. So like I just left. I walked over here to go the other way. But yeah, for anyone dropping in, that's for them, man. You could feel free to answer that too. Yeah, I mean whatever's top of your head, whatever inspired you the most, whatever. Even if you're playing something right now, whatever. I know you're the only one here right now, pretty much, but I should have did this earlier. That's why they showed me the sticker. That's what I was trying to figure out in the settings on the side. And they didn't show up until now. Matter of fact, how to do the I see. Now I know how to do this. Next time I'll add some questions and then I'll put it as people show up. Matter of fact, Adri, stick around real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, I think we're back. But I just threw a little question up there. I guess like YouTube is allowing me to do stuff like that now. I don't know if I always could. I actually don't know. I think I always was able to. I just never really did it. But favorite video game and or anime. I mean, I don't care if your favorite video game is Pac-Man, Galaga, even if your favorite video game is Butt Night on Steam. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is. If that's your thing, man, go ahead and talk about it. Express yourself, man. There's nothing too weird. There's nothing too off brand. Like I'm not like the biggest gamer, but I'll try every game pretty much. I never claim to be the best at every game. I'm trash at fighting games. I mean, I say that, and then I be winning sometimes. So I don't know. So maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not trash. I just push buttons. I just push buttons when I play like Street Fighter and shit. But Street Fighter, I just stick with my favorite characters. But I try to try them all. I was like that with me and my friend were talking on the phone last night about was that last night? 2 nights ago about Naruto Ninja Storm that was for GameCube, and it had like a 3D platform that you could fight on. Matter of fact, Budokai Tenkaichi was like that. Dragon Ball Z was like that too. But yeah, man, that's one of them things that was like that. You were just playing for fun most games, yeah. That's the thing too. If the game, that's what's weird, man. Like Silk Song wasn't. It was no, excuse me. It was fun, but like I don't know if I'd replay it. Like after beating it, I'm like I'm not going back to this, man. Because the thing is, it really tested my metal. It tested my mental also, or just my mental, my metal, all that. It tested me where I was like, bro, you got to be able to survive this level. You can't advance to the next part until you beat this boss and get the next. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the next. You got to get the next thing. Got to get to the next part. Which is crazy. Because I'm sitting here dying for like an hour straight. I'm like dying for like a whole hour, and I recorded it. That was the thing. Whether it was 240 pixels or 1080, I was recording myself dying for like an hour. I was like, this game is gruesome, man. But like I said, it's actually fun because like I was enjoying the challenge of it. So yeah, not to say I like challenges, but I don't like being challenged. Leave me alone. Leave me be. Leave me be. Adria, are you gonna go live again tonight? Let me know if you go live again tonight. I've been trying to assemble as many through so I met Cider Taco through Solarian, and then Cider Taco introduced me to Aman. So I've been finding all these Twitch channels, which is pretty cool. What new games do you want to try out later? I got to think about that because I think the thing about it. All right, so here's the thing, Adri. I actually have I don't know if you saw me posting Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I've been buying games back then that I either played and I want to finally document and record, or games I never got a chance to play. So, for example, I played Dragon Quest Seven, but it was on 3DS. But then now it's like I have Dragon Quest Seven for the PS1, which I feel like is going to be a whole lot different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be playing that later on. Recording those kind of gameplays and whatnot. You know, but I'm trying to think like any new stuff I want. You know what it is though? I don't have the system for it. I don't have like a PlayStation to try those games. I'd have to go over to someone else's house and then play the game. So that's kind of the stuff that I'm dealing with right now. You probably will try later tonight for more Blue Protocol and probably Marvel too. The thing, so when you're on Twitch, let's say you switch games midstream, can you change the title? Because I've seen my friend do that. He was playing Chrono Trigger with his wife, and then he switched it to like another game. But I've seen people do that before. A joint, all smoke right there. God damn, forgive me. Yeah, you can. I was wondering about that. I would try new FF. That's the other thing too. So I seen my friend stream it. He did like one day of it. I don't know if he's gonna go back and play it again, but my guy Solarian was playing that, and like I was like, low key, I want to play this, but you know what's fucked up about it? So on that FF Tactics, your units and your troops they actually die. So you got to be careful with that game because it's pretty much like Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem used to piss me off because there was one where you go into oh you go into BRB transmission mode to switch games. Oh, title. Oh, you know what's another game I want to record is if I get a better connection at the house, I doubt I will. I want to record Network Transmission, which is Mega Man Network Transmission on the GameCube. I do want to play that one. Um, yeah, I pretty much want to play that one. Um, but like I said, these are games that I played before, and I just want to document them. That's why I had to get Bomberman out the way. I had to get Bomberman. I had to get a See, there's games on the DS that I want to record, but I have to get a ROM, and I don't want to sit there and ROM shit on my laptop. But I don't know. We'll see. ROMing is fun. I have such a bad, I have bad Wi-Fi connection with the hotspots at the house, and even worse, the location of my house. Because you know where my house is at. The location of it, there's just really bad reception in general for internet. So the odds are against me there. You know what I mean? Excuse me. You can always do emulators too, but to have the real consoles is yeah, that's the thing. Like when you have the real console and you have the real actual cartridge, like with Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, I have the game cartridge. Adelina Velasquez, how you doing? Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you. Let me know if you can see the question up top. If you have a preference, you can choose to answer it or not. But we're just hanging out here live chatting. Appreciate you dropping in. I should have did the. I'm kind of just troubleshooting coming back to live streaming. It's been a while since I did a live chat, but it's up to you. You ain't gotta. It's no pressure. No pressure, no judgment. You could like anything from Pac-Man to solitaire to Pong. We welcome all answers here. We welcome it all. I'm more into RPGs right now. I'm kind of just more leaning towards that. Like doing Digimon. I'm live. As a matter of fact, after this, I'm about to go live stream some Digimon, and then after that, go home, record some Pokemon gameplay. I have 2 hours worth, 2 videos and 2 hours worth. Actually, might not even be 2 hours. It might be like an hour and a half each. 2 videos worth of Pokemon stuff I need to upload. I got a schedule that I got to keep on. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to knock out 30 to 40 recordings of Pokemon all the way up until the 30th before Dragon Quest comes out. Just trying to stay focused out here, trying to stay focused, recording, just recording, you know. But no, Adri, what systems do you still have? I mean, if you don't mind divulging on that. I think having like Steam is the best thing though, because like you could just straight up download. I kept gassing up Silk Song, and then now my niece bought it. My niece is like supposed to be focusing on school. They're out of state in college, and they're like, yeah, I went and downloaded Steam and got Silk Song. I was like, all right, you might be just as mad as I was struggling. I don't know. That's probably my favorite game right now, Silk Song. Even though I won't play it again, that shit lives in my heart forever now. Like all the stress and damage I went through in that game right there, bro, is stressful. But I like it because it really tested mental fortitude. It was like you got to lock in. You got to turn into a kid again and beat this game. Because when I was a kid, I was good at video games, and now that I'm older, I'm trash. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. You know, that game traumatized me. What's going on, Lilith? Lilith is in the house. Lilith, feel free to answer the question. You could answer in the chat. You can answer it up there. I don't even know. I don't even know how this works. I don't even know how this works, but you can see it up there, right? Let me see if I could. Yeah, I guess I can leave it right there. And Lilith, I don't care if your favorite game is Pong, Pac-Man, or Butt Night. I don't care what it is. Whatever your favorite game is, no judgment, no whatever. I just want to know people. You know what I'm saying? It takes us to the chat to answer. It does. Ah, okay. That's good to know. It's funny because like my account was signed up for like these questionnaires and these little games that you can play during the live stream. So I was wondering why I didn't have access to it. And then after everything kind of whatever panned out, because they have access to my channel, I think they just sent me the whatever. They said they were gonna send me a gift card, but I was like, last time I tried to claim a gift card, it got taken away from me. But that was when I did like a research study for ER studies somewhere in like Bellevue or some shit. I think it was like Bellevue. I don't know where the hell I was. I was somewhere on the east side. Yeah. How you been there, Lilith? Yeah, Lilith. In the beginning of the stream, I pretty much was just talking to myself, but all I said was like, I think I put too much pressure on creating each live chat, live stream, whatever, as a Truancy Hour podcasting. But I think I'm just gonna hang out and just, when I feel bored after work, if I have time of the day, and it's still like sunshine, sunset, whatever behind me, I'm probably just gonna go hop on stream and just chat it up with people. Now that I know I can do Q&A, we'll just do a couple Q&A stuff. We'll type in about video game hobby stuff. If we don't talk about that, we'll talk about some other things. Whatever is on people's mind. Favorite anime is Outlaw Star. Interesting. Lilith, you and I can talk about Outlaw Star all day. One of my friends, I'm sad that I'm not friends with him anymore, but he actually gave me a DVD set for Outlaw Star. So when I think about that shit, it makes me want to rebuild my friendship with him because, I think things went wrong because I just crashed out on him, but that's on me. Oof, that is a hard one. I'd have to say if I had to pick one, it'd be Ocarina of Time, Zelda. Lilith, if your favorite game is Ocarina of Time, I want to see you stream it if you can. Yes, build slow. Yeah, it's really interesting in that regard. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because it's like the kids are playing soccer behind me, so it's kind of cool. Let me make sure. Yeah, Outlaw Star. Okay, who's your favorite character in Outlaw Star? Because I kind of like the Lady Aisha, the Katara, like the tiger lady. You like Melfina? I can once I get it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Um, I have the Elgato. If you want, I could send you what I have or what I bought because I gotta check my Gmail receipts and I'll show you what I have. Um, but I have the Elgato. That's what I use for Switch and when I record when I record Steam video gameplay, I just use OBS. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Actually, the more I think about it, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So I don't know if I'm at the end of Digimon, but we'll see. Send me the link to the one you have. Yes. So there's two things that are happening though. I have an Elgato, right, and then the Elgato connects, and then I think I had to buy extra cords. I could be wrong, but I have the HDMI converter. So there's an HDMI converter that converts the yellow, white, and red AV cables, so that the ones that you would normally put inside of how do I explain this? You plug the so the GameCube, for me the GameCube AV cables, excuse me, yellow, white, red cables go inside of the HDMI converter, and then you got to put the actual HDMI inside the TV because that's the source that you're playing from or whatever, right? Or whatever screen you're using. You have a monitor though, so it might be a little different. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're better with software and hardware than I am, but it's a process that I have to link shit up just to get a GameCube or Switch thing going on. But Switch is easier because I just go straight HDMI. But yeah, I gotta find that. Let me find that. My bad. You said Melfina though. Melfina. Yeah, yeah. Melfina was like, is she human? Like I'm trying to remember. Was she technically human? She is the key though. Oh damn, I might be saying too much for those that are wondering about Outlaw Star. But is she human? I gotta think about that a little bit. Android mix. Yeah, that sounds about right. I did like the girls though, like Lady Aisha and then the Suzuka, whatever her name was. Suzuka girl. She's human but not. Yeah. That's what's crazy. That one dude, that was like pretty much the same as her. It was kind of creepy. He's like, we're like the same thing, and then they were existing together in the cyberspace. That dude was kind of creepy. But yeah, Suzuka was cool. The McDougal, fucking McDougal. Yeah, there was the McDougal brothers though. I remember that shit. But one of the episodes that sat with me was actually there was a couple, but the one with the cactus. You remember the cactus episode? They had the cactus that was like pretty much reading people's minds, but then it didn't work on Melfina. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was obsessed with her. It was like a mind. Oh shit, my bad. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if they want the table back. I think they just want to watch the soccer. Never mind. He was obsessed. I'll be lurking for a bit to make some food. Adrian, make me some food. What the hell? I want some food. What are you making? What are you making? Before you go, or before you go cook it. I know you gotta. Yeah. Adrian, what was the last thing that we went to go eat? Was it chicken? It might have been chicken or something funny. I'm trying to think the last time I actually seen you. I do. Oh, do you remember the hot tub? Yeah, of course I remember that. So, and the thing that was interesting was how do I explain this? Somebody said the reason why they got away with that was because she's technically not human. So if they showed human breasts, then sure, but because she's like a hybrid of a human slash animal, it was okay to show it. And the thing is, I have the DVDs because I guess it was banned on Adult Swim because it was kind of too questionable in America. You think it was B Dubs? It was either that or the other place, but I feel like the other spot. I don't even think we grabbed anything to eat. Oh, it was your birthday. That's what it was. It was your birthday. That's how far back it was. It was your birthday. We did try out that one spot. Excuse me. That one spot by the water, which was dope. I don't know if we ate anything there. I think it was like egg rolls or some shit. I think we had egg rolls, fried rice. Nice. Gotta get that fried rice on a Wednesday. There's a couple episodes that were pretty good. I mean, Outlaw Star kind of like it's how do I explain it? It gets overshadowed by like Cowboy Bebop, obviously, but the thing about it, oh my bad, I should put it on and stream it in the Discord sometime. It's a pretty good show. I like it. It's just like the pacing of it's kind of weird, and then like the ending is kind of just left in the air, which I understand because the way it ends, it makes sense. But when they first got the ship and then they had the arms and they're using the arms, that's like the best part about Outlaw Star. Like the fact that the ship had arms, and then when it started upgrading towards the end in those final episodes, that was dope. I thought that was dope, especially when they started like man, pretty much when they were in that one zone, everything they wished for and manifested became true. That was dope. You know, because everybody fell victim to their own insecurities. That was the other thing. The other, you know, the other, I'm really trying to remember this shit. I forget all the numbers, but they have different. Remember, the dude had different bullets. The grappler arms. Yep, were so fucking amazingly done. Yeah, they did that well. The bullets, though, when they had the three forbidden bullets, that was crazy. That was a crazy concept. You know, that's all I'm saying. There's so much they could have did with it, but then people were saying, I had a friend who'd read both the manga and watched the anime, and he said, you know how the anime is, or excuse me, he said, you know how the manga is always better than the anime. I was like, yeah. He said the manga's worse. I was like, swear to God. Was like, yeah, the manga was worse. I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it. Because the Dragon Quest manga, apparently, or excuse me, Dragon Quest anime, Adventures of Dai or some shit, that sticks to the manga, which is pretty good. Oh no, it makes me, it kind of makes me sad to think about too. But the fact that they redeemed themselves with the anime is a good thing because it's a pretty good show. Like 26 episodes, it's like 26. I remember rewatching that a couple years ago. I still have that too. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Good times. It makes you want to. It really does make me want to patch things up with my friend. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, you know, I ain't trying to be an asshole about it, but you know, um, I don't know if I could ever deal with that guy again. But I will say, like, he did give me that. You know, we did have times where we kicked it in shit. So I can't act like whatever. But for whatever reason, I can't remember. We fell out because he was just on some bullshit. Um, my bad. What I miss? That was the first anime I legit fell in love with. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did you ever watch Slayers growing up? Do you remember Slayers? we had this one channel that it was called the International Channel, and we used to watch these animes that didn't have what do you call this? They didn't have subtitles, but you were able to watch it. So sometimes, yeah, if you look up Slayers, it's like not like 90s, mid 90s, early 90s, something like that. It's a really good anime. That shit right there though, that was a good fucking that was a good one right there, man. Yeah. You haven't seen it? You're saying no, you haven't? Oh, how long ago? Let me think about this, man, because I was still at work. It was if it wasn't earlier this year, it was last year. Matter of fact, it was last year, and the reason why I know that is because last year I didn't make as much content as I did now. So it was like last year, and the thing was he commented on a couple of my videos, and he was just asking questions, saying, "Hey, keep up the good work." And then at some point he goes, "You know what? I'm gonna make it my life's mission to troll you." So then he would just hop on every comment and troll, and I would just troll him back. But then after a while, I was like, "Bro, you and I have conversations a lot about what you should do for yourself, what you should do on the side of work to find some purpose and meaning in life. You know what I mean? Just to kind of whatever." And the fact that you're choosing your purpose to be a troll, that's when I start cussing them out because I got really just mad for whatever reason. I'm like, you see me here really trying with my channel, but you want to be a troll just to, oh, this helps get comments. I was like, yeah, but this isn't even like positive feedback or nothing. It was just on some bullshit. So I kind of called him out on it, but I cussed him out. I might have went too far, but he kind of just wrote back like, if you want to talk, man, just let me know. And I didn't feel like talking to him, so I didn't have to talk to him since. That was like sometime last year. He's a good dude though. He's honestly a good dude. Like, I don't know what he's doing now. There's not much I could do for him. That let me knew. Hold on, man. That car had like a dangly, not a bumper, but like a little metal on the back of it, which is dangling off the back and beating on the street. I don't even think they know. But yeah, I would have ticked my bad. I would have been ticked about it as well. Not gonna, yeah, I mean that. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part side of it. Cause I'm like, bro, you see me here trying. Like I'm just doing a little bit of everything. I'm just kind of trying to do different content. I'm like talking to myself through the screen recording. I'm fucking up my recordings. I have a few shorts that are working. I have just random like podcast clips that I just cropped out and just just messed around and did shit. And it's like you see me trying, and it's like I gave him an idea to try. I was like, listen, I'm not even there yet. I'm not even getting paid. I'm still not getting paid yet, but I'm trying. It's just like you want to be a troll. That's kind of where I drew the line. But that's just where his heart was at. That's where his mind was at. And the more I talked about it, that I had spoke about this already with like another friend of mine, and they're like, it kind of sounded like he was just hating on you the whole time. And I was like, it's a sad truth where it's like, bro was probably hating on me for trying, whether I was succeeding or not. Like you see the numbers slowly go up and shit like that. And I was like, you know what, man, that's just where he's at right now. Like time has passed, so I'm able to look back like that's where he was at right now. And I was also at a place where I was like, I'm not on no bullshit. That's why I'm trying so hard. But then all that I'm on no bullshit snapped in the win against him, unfortunately. But did he deserve that? Probably. But to the degree I did it, I don't know. I don't exactly know. Because I threatened to whoop his ass and all this shit. It was bad. But that was wrong on my part, I'll say. But yeah, there's an appropriate amount to troll a friend, and then there's a time to stop. It eventually goes from teasing and fun to hateful and rude. Yeah, and I didn't want to. And my thing was like, part of what I wrote in my text to him was like, I stop the bullshit before it begins to build, or before it really begins to start. So just let me know where we're at. Like, let me know if like you're gonna make it your career to be on my channel with this bullshit, because we'll just block you. But if it's necessary, I can go up there, catch you after work, and we can throw hands if necessary. It was one of those conversations, and I was like, I don't know. Looking back, I'm not in that mindset right now. I'm trying to be very peaceful, and my peace is getting tested damn near every day. But you know, it it's just funny how that works. Because at that time, I was on some crash out shit. It was fucked up, but it is what it is. Yeah, buddy. But yeah, Lilith. Let's get back to this Outlaw Starship, man. Because I'm really trying to remember every episode. I'm trying to think. The Qatar clan, you can be peaceful and still hold your. That's fair. That's fair. I believe in that too. Yeah, the Qatar clan was pretty cool because they almost went to war with the battleship. But then, how did they meet Suzuka? I think it was like a mission or something. It was like a mission. But then, what's his name couldn't beat her, so he tried to unwrap like the little ribbon that kind of dressed her. And then I'm trying to remember all the characters here. Also, what's his name? Gene never paid off any of his debts. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he ever paid any of his, like, he was like $1 million in debt on the ship. And like, you know what, man, we believe in you. You're gonna make it. Sure, you're gonna make it. I don't know if they ever got certain treasures, like the one that was on the. Remember, I think they had the planet that was like all. No, was that Outlaw Star? They had the planet that was all water, or was that that might have been Cowboy Bebop? It was one or the other. Hold my ground. Oh, my bad. Let me catch up on the chat. My grandfather used to pop up at my place unannounced, lots of talking, went nowhere, so I just say no, close the door, and do whatever I was doing. Like, dude's not there. I get my peace and hold my ground. Yeah, I'm like that with certain family members. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like that with certain family members. Excuse me. Right now, as certain people call me on a certain day of the week, and I'm sitting there like, I'm not trying to hear this right now. Like, I don't know or care what it is. But you have such a bad track record. Pick up. Do this real quick. Ugh. But yeah, kind of funny that way. I think they met Suzuka when she was trying to kill. Oh yeah, yeah. So that was her bounty. 'Cause I think that was one of her jobs was to kill him or something like that. I gotta think that. So during that time period, I feel like I was watching. Excuse me. Honor. Oh, or not money. I was watching Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, and Evangelion all at the same time. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm over here dying. Still smoking though. Not bad. Let me hit the mute. My bad. My bad. My bad. I forgot how well the mic picks up on everything. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even think I purged it correctly last time I had the cigar. I should have broke out a fresh one, really. But let's see. I'm also considering, man, like, if I have trouble sleeping tonight, I might just call out tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I kind of need the hours. It's 6 hours. It's pretty smooth. Next week though, I get 2 days of work, but they give me 7 hours per day. You googled it. She was after his friend Fred. I don't remember who was Fred. Hey man, sometimes you just gotta call out. I'm wondering about. I mean, the thing is, I'm not sick. I'm just like, I just want a game. I just want to go to the library game. I just want to play basketball or something. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that I have a job to utilize the hours. But we had one dude, man. I'm really sad about this. He was a good worker. He was a good guy to hang out with. But we have a certain phone line that we're supposed to call, and this dude didn't call that phone line. So you're supposed to call the phone line in advance, but he didn't have that number. So what he ended up doing was like he called the security, told the security, "Hey, can you let my department know I'm sick?" So then security has to call, and they're like, some guy named Duop is sick. He's not able to come in." And that's all it took. They considered it a no call, no show. They fired him. I was like, bro, he been here the same time I started. It's fucking wild. But they're like, nope, he's out. I don't know what happened with that. Today we reminisced at work. Like we're gonna reminisce not all the fallen soldiers, but the lost soldiers. And yeah. No, my department, man, manager don't play around. It's kind of crazy. I call out for the kids and say they are sick when they just need a mental. Yeah, it's like that. My job won't allow that shit. They want you able-bodied and ready, otherwise they'll replace you. And the thing is, once you get past like 90 days, you become like a union worker. So once you get past that mark, you can probably do whatever. Because there's one guy that comes in late all the fucking time, but it's only like 3 minutes. They just make a big deal about it. And it's like, bro, he's late 3 minutes, but he does all the work. It's like he's late by 3 minutes. It's like, let's say his start time is like 7 o'clock. He comes in 7:03, but that's when he clocks in. But then as soon as he's on the floor, he gets straight to working. He does all the heavy lifting. He climbs all the crazy shelves and he gets all the heavy stuff. So it's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. But they keep him around because, like I said, 90-day period. But they're trying to find a way to get rid of him, and I'm like, why? If he's this good of a worker, like you're gonna have a slow day every day when he's gone. And he's like the best person to lean on. He's not even a lead because he can't efficiently be on time. That's all it is. But he's a good worker. But people can't really see the value of certain. I don't know. At my old job, I was that person. I would show up at like random times. I'd show up super early. I'd show up slightly late. And sometimes I would tell people, hey, I'm running late. And they're like, it's cool. And they let me show up late. And even my regional was like, man, it's cool because we know the work you put in. But that's my old job. This one, they're like, nah, we ain't fucking around with that. We don't want to know. We don't want to know why you're late, etc. Yeah, they don't deal with that. But yeah. Now, Lilith, I agree with that though, man. Like the thing is, if you have kids, you gotta be getting some grace for having kids. You got to be able to do what you have to do for family. My old job used to have FMLA as like family medical leave absence or some shit, and that stuff was like handy for a lot of people that have like, cause like my ex, she used to have or she still does have a kid that's like on the spectrum, so he needs someone there with him. Like he's kind of heavy on the spectrum, so they need someone there to monitor him and be by his side. So it makes sense. But then yeah, some places, man, I don't know. But this job ain't bad. Job ain't bad. Yeah, I gotta rewatch Outlaw Star. I used to really like Melfina. So there's this one classmate I had. She reminded me a lot of Melfina. She actually used to live about like two and a half blocks up the street from here. And I'd be like, you ever watch Outlaw Star? You remind me a lot of Melfina. She's like, I don't know who that is. Is that a good thing? I was like, I think she's a good character. I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just kind of how she was emotionally. You know what I mean? I am not where I want to be in life. I have a boss that treats me like shit. I feel like a cuck every day. Billy Bob, or Billy Boy, what the hell? Talk to me, bro. What's going on with you, man? It sounds strict, but not bad. Your job, that is. Yeah, the thing about the job is like it's manageable. It's manageable. Like the thing is, I called out once, and it was a work day that lined up on a therapy day, but I used it as a sick day. I was like, I just ain't feeling too well, and I kind of wasn't feeling that well, so but I'd rather have went to therapy that day anyway, and that was the only time I used it. But other than that, I've been showing up every day I was scheduled, and that's why I'm like, I kind of want to just keep that up for tomorrow, and then yeah, because the funny thing they said is like, yeah, we don't mind you using sick days, but if you have 2 back-to-back sick days, you have no regard for us, and we're getting you out of here. Well, that's fair. I don't think I'll ever do nothing like that. I'll probably save it on the weekend day. Thursday is my weekend, so I'll probably save it on a Thursday. Yeah, Bill, what's going on, man? Talk to us, bro. Billy boy, you said something crazy though. You said your boss treats you like shit. You feel like a cuck every day. I think everyone with a job feels like a cuck. It's like, no. I mean, the thing about it is like, if you have enough time to do some work for yourself on the side, if you're doing like what we do some gaming shit on the side. We do some live chat content like this. We do stuff on the side. So it's like if you find time to be a boss on your own time, that means that for like if I work 3 days a week, so that means 4 days of the week I'm my own boss, and anything that goes wrong those 4 days a week is on me. So as long as you find a balance of time, you know what I mean. So if you're working a job where all of your time is spent in transit, or if you spend you know what I mean, like you spend or like what I'm trying to say, like you're in transit to work, and then you're at work most of the time, then it's like you gotta be careful with that. You gotta find the balance there. You gotta take a pay cut or even like live beneath your means to have something that's more affordable for yourself. That's just me, But I'm talking as someone who lives under the same roof as his dad still. So it's like I'm trying to get out that situation. But I know that feeling, man, where you just want to be able to feel good about yourself and provide for others, if not yourself. So hopefully you can work that out. My bad. You do concrete for a living. I want to buy my own. You want to be your own boss. You can be your own boss right now. You can be your own boss right now, Billy boy. I'm gonna just call you Billy because I don't want to call you boy. I want you to feel good about yourself, man. Pause. So it's like whatever you're doing, man, in your life that you can do on the side, whatever you can do for yourself, I would say just do that. Go for it, man. Believe in yourself, man. Hey, Billy, if hey, what is your favorite video game and or anime? Let me know if you see the question up top. What's your favorite video game and or anime? You don't have to retract it, but yeah. What Cuck makes so much more sense than how I kept reading it. I kept reading it as Chuck. I was like, who is Chuck? Who is Chuck? Chuck is Charles Barkley. That's what they call Charles Barkley. Chuck. A cuck though, I don't know, man. You don't want to put yourself. That's the other thing. Like you gotta be mindful of the self-talk that you have for yourself. You don't want to call yourself a cuck. You know what I'm saying? You want to call yourself by the name your parents gave you. If not, like however you feel about yourself. You feel great today, you're great. You're Billy the Great. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real simple, and just work from there. That's how it starts. That's where it goes. I got days where I'm down on myself. I'll be feeling like I'm undervalued, nobody love me type shit. I'll be having them times and days, man. I feel like I can't reach out to people, but I be pushing through because sometimes I look back, I'm like, you know what, man, but I made it this far though. We gotta be real. I made it this far somehow, some way. And you gotta count your blessings. You gotta count your blessings and your victories, man. You feel me? So all right. So is it Lillian or is it Lillian? I think it's Lillian. I could be wrong. I feel like it's Lillian. What's going on, Lillian? You listen to Lady Boss music when I feel that way. Hell yeah, there you go. Demon Slayer. Ooh, okay. Hey, so Lillian, did you watch the Demon Slayer movie? Because I didn't watch it, but I heard a lot of good things about it, and I was happy that Zenitsu locked in. They said Zenitsu locked in. They said he really went in there and just, yeah, he did his thing. Shit falling apart, man. Welcome in, Lillian. What's going on, bruh? My bad, Lillian. I ain't did like a live in a minute, but I'll probably end up doing these again. I just find little funny questions I want to tap into, just fun stuff. I don't want to be too serious every day. When I do my truancy hours, those drop every Thursday night. And the thing about those is I'll keep those serious, but I'll try to keep the banter a little more fun. You know what I mean? Why not? But yeah, Lilith is right, man. Find some boss music, find some things to kind of empower you. I mean, anything that's like hip hop related, damn near is some form of empowerment, if not self affirmation. And a lot of it's like, oh, this is some ignorant, self boastful shit. And it's like, no, it ain't. It's just people that rather than feeling bad about their circumstances and situations, they rather feel good about themselves and congratulate themselves for the things they've done. Scarface is your all-time favorite video game. That's a cool video game to have as your favorite one. Is that the one where like when he's in the fountain, he wakes up and then you have more missions to do after that? Like he gets revenge and all that shit. Yeah, tap into your inner Tony Montana, bro. Matter of fact, be careful. Don't tap into your inner Tony Montana because Tony Montana went there and killed Frank. Remember he went back on Frank and he just like, man, you was always soft, and he just shot him up. Be careful. Don't do no crazy shit like that, Billy. But yeah, just start feeling good about yourself. Count your no coat. Yeah, no coat. None of that, bro. Keep the nose clean. Blow your nose. It's fall weather right now. Blow your nose. I gotta blow my nose in a second. Yeah, bruh. There's like a I explained it. Oh no. There's like a yeah. I don't know if that's the same game where like Scarface the game picks up right after he remember like when he falls in the fountain, like after he gets shot up, he's gonna get shot up like 100 times in the movie, and then he falls in the fountain. But I'm like, he wakes, to my understanding, the video, and he wakes up and he gets his revenge because he survived all the bullet shots because all the coke saved him. So you know, that's the logic. That's the video game logic. I don't know if he ever gets his revenge on Sosa. I don't know if he goes back down to wherever the fuck he went, Panama or some shit. I think that's where he went. I could be wrong. Yeah, that's the one. And you are right about being positive to yourself. You gotta be. Yeah, that's the other thing, man. Like moving. That's the thing. Like when you're moving forward and you're powering through life and you're going forward in life, because I do that really well. I'm really good at just like shaking off man. Everybody's saying this, then the third. I'm gonna just move forward. I don't care. Because I was the same way in boxing, where I'm like, I don't care if you're swinging hard at me. I don't care if you 200 pounds. I don't care how tall you are. I'm going in. I'm swinging. I'm going right into your zone. Straight body shots. Let's get to it. But my thing was like, in terms of the real world and how you approach life and even art, you got to be careful because even though it works in sports, especially like combat, you got to be careful because your self-talk has to be good and has to be grounding before you move forward too. You know what I'm saying? So you want a good balance of, pushing yourself to the limit, but also being, real good at talking to yourself in a positive way. And it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. I don't think it's supposed to be easy, but it just is that way, if that makes sense. You feel me? Hopefully that makes sense, Billy. Hopefully I'm helping. You know what I'm saying? Go full '08 Brittany, man. Pretty much. Always make me feel better. I'm trying to remember, man. Hey, what year did Toxic come out? Was Toxic like '05? I feel like Toxic was '05. Are we saying the same Brittany? Damn. So you went full bald? Lilith, you gotta send me a picture. Lilith, are you still cute with the bald head? You gotta let me know. Send me a picture of because the hair don't matter. You know me, I'm an ass man. I look at the ass. So I'm one of those. But you got a bald head as long as you're still cute. There is fuzzy. There is fuzzy. Oh, so like the hair is starting to come back in. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You have curls naturally, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I can't remember if it was you or someone else that was telling me that. But I did. You showed me pictures of yourself before. Lilith, as long as you still look cute. Like I don't want you. I don't want you sending me a picture of you with the mad face. I know you always had like the stressed out mad face. You definitely hit me with some good knowledge. I mean, hey Billy, hopefully that helps, man. I mean, hopefully that makes sense and hopefully that helps. But where'd Lillian go, man? I was trying to ask about Demon Slayer. Come on, man. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, yeah, buddy. I need to go over there and what time is it right now? Natural curls, yeah. I do, and I don't. It was needed. Sometimes you got to purge. I feel that. I used to have long hair, man. I miss those days. My hair used to be all the way down like here-ish, like kind of right. Yeah, somewhere around there. Got long hair. My mom used to be mad that I had long hair. She's like, "Why you got long hair? You look like a damn hippie." I said, "Maybe I'm a hippie. I don't know. Maybe I am a hippie. Was I smoking? Yeah, I was smoking. I wasn't like, yeah, I was getting smacked here and there. Not really. Excuse me. That's a good thing. If you don't mind me asking, we don't have to talk about it here, but you can say we talk about it later, just personally. But what were you purging from? To be honest, I used to love my long hair. Had it on my ankle. Damn, what the hell? As I've grown, I hate it. Yeah, I feel that. So much to take care of. Yeah, it's a lot. Even when I had long hair, the thing was I was monitored. I do this to this day where like I don't shampoo every time I shower, if that makes sense. I shower after work all the time, but like I don't always shampoo, if that makes sense. But I was so used, like growing up, I was so used to using cold water because we didn't have heat at my old house. But I got so used to hot water that oh no, I got so used to hot water that I had to going back to cold showers for the scalp. And that's I think because I stick to cold water, like that's probably why I still have my hairline because everyone in my family, like all the dudes, nobody got hairlines. They all either got the cul-de-sac, they started balding early. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, how? How did I retain it? I don't know. Mohawk is the way easier way to go, Billy. You got a mohawk right now, Billy? That's tight. So you got the Mr. T going on. You got the Mr. T mohawk. I miss having the mohawk. I haven't had one since I was a teen. Did you have Lilith? Did you have the long mohawk, or did you just have like the short one? How was yours? That's pretty much out. Do warm water to wash, then cool to rinse. Yeah, yep, exactly. Conditioner and stuff out, soak in cool water. Yeah, that's the thing. You let it. It's good for your scalp. It's good for your hair. And funny enough, for the beard, I actually used this was on accident. I was using tea tree mint oil because I just liked the way the bottle was. I was like, I'm going green today, or I'm gonna go full green when I bought my shampoo because I was like, let's just go heart chakra green mode. That's what I'm thinking. And then yeah, and then I ended up using it on my face just to like wash my face and beard a little bit. And then as I was growing it, I come to find out mint is good for growing the beard. So boom, it just started growing a little bit. Mohawk had horns shaved into your head. What? For a while, I did some crazy shit with my hair as a teen. That sounds. I mean, but see, I'm happy you're doing it as a teen. Some people start finding themselves a little later in life. You know how that go. It's good you get it out early. Lilith, you remember when everybody was doing gel in their hair? Everybody had gel, and then they'd go home with like the crusty ass pillow. They try to lay down on the couch. It'd be like one corner of the couch would be hella crust because somebody had gel in their hair and shit. Like, yeah, look at your gel flaking at the end of the day. And people be having to, oh yeah, I have to master the gel here. So then I got multiple pillow pillow slips and shit like that, which is funny. You don't miss hair gel? My bad. That tree oil products do so well for your skin. They do pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. And like lotion wise, I really just use like shea butter, cocoa butter kind of shit. You know, it's because the thing is I have eczema on my hands. I have my I have a lot of eczema on my body from my mom's side mainly, but yeah, I get dry easy. Pause. So it's like I just kind of stay, you know, you know what I'm trying to say. Our souls were so free when we were teens. Yeah, yeah, right. That's it's funny, right? Because like even as a teen, I was doing like I was trying to dress up like an anime character. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to look like a video game anime character. I'll wear my hoodie backwards, so my hood would be in, like right in the front, because I seen it in the video game. So I'll be doing stupid shit like that. But you know, that's life, man. The way it was. Let me get to walking a bit, man. I'm gonna donate this the rest of this cigar here. Hold on, gotta blow the smoke out. Then I'm gonna donate that cigar to the tree. Yeah, we had that 20. But yeah, you went full ball though. That's crazy. I ain't even mad at that. Get to walking a bit, man. It's getting chilly. It's starting to get chilly. You want to be a tree when I die? So Lilith, there's this thing. I don't know if it's like popular yet, but I want to do it because if you think about it, there'd be a whole graveyard of trees, where they have it's a organic pod. So they just pretty much put your body into a compostable organic pod. They put it in there, and they plant a seed of a tree inside the pod. So then your pod is pretty much the nutrients for the tree. You know what I'm saying? It's just a nutrient for it. So like your body, like the whatever, ends up just being the nutrients. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me donate this cigar to the tree real quick. Matter of fact, let me see if I can let's see this shit real quick, man. See that tree right there? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna see if I can position it. Gonna donate this shit, do a quick little breathe, hit the 5 on them. Because the mic's still attached too. So you know. That's what I be doing, man. Because this, you know, tobacco leaf, you donate it back to the earth. Do my little prayer for the tree. Stick to the 3. Sticking to the 3. Threes for today. Anxiety kicked in on that. I felt so good. Scott was hating me. I shaved, and goddamn, if I don't feel so much better. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too. Is like I don't want to say spiritual necessarily, but on one level, our hairs and our bodies will sit there and embody, or you know, they'll absorb stuff. You know, skin and hair will absorb certain things. Obviously, physically, obviously on a physical level, but spiritual level, I can imagine the same thing. I heard about Those I want to do that. You want to be a willow tree? Yeah. I don't know if I know what tree I'd want to be. I want to be a tree that has like, I always said something like with some purple leaves, just some hell extra shit. If I had like a purple leaf tree and like a tree with like a, or maybe a tree with fruit. It absolutely is spiritual. I'm not religious, but I do believe cutting your hair, etc., is cleansing. I knew a dude, man. Damn. Rest in peace to my friend Nuri. She was on her. To my understanding, she's Korean, but she went to Korea to study being a monk or something like that. And then she went back to the homeland to study being a monk. She passed certain spiritual tests and other whatever stuff. I don't know exactly. Maybe I shouldn't say a monk. It was some kind of spiritual person. But she ended up going to Germany for some kind of trip because she was going to visit other Korean people in Germany. And somehow her car, or the car that she was in, got stuck on the tracks, train tracks. And then the train rammed into the car and then she passed away. But I remember we had a little remembering visual kind of thing at a mutual friend's house or something. So I met her through other people, but my girlfriend knew her really well. They were pretty good friends. And I remember her brother being at the spiritual thing, or excuse me, at the visual thing. And then he said, I don't even know, because he's like a silly, fun guy. So he's like, I don't even know if this is the right thing to do, but I just want to do this for her. And he just started cutting his own hair right there at the little visual. And I was just like, I get it. And like, I understand. And my girlfriend was like, what'd you think about that? And I was like, I mean, I feel the same way where it's like, I don't get it, but I understand why he did it. You know what I mean? So that was sad. Yeah, that was sad. I think about her from time to time because she would tell me how, I remember I downloaded MapleStory and I wanted to play it on my phone. And then she was like, I knew I always fucked with you, James, because I used to play MapleStory a lot in middle school. And that was when I was really depressed, just staying indoors at the house. And I was like, damn, I guess that's more reason for me to try and play MapleStory. But oh, when she had a backpack, it looked like a spaceship, and it had a window in it, and then she used to put her cat inside. So when she would bring her cat for people to cat sit for her, she used to put the cat inside the little spaceship backpack. It was kind of funny. Yeah, rest in peace to Nuri. Good person. When my grandma died, I put my hair up in a bun. After about 2 weeks of neglecting it and myself, I just shaved it all. I laughed and cried and felt relief. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. How close were you to grandma? If you don't mind me asking. I'm assuming. I mean, obviously it affected you a certain way. But yeah, I feel for you on that. Yeah, I think my last grandma died. It was either this January or last year. I feel like, or her funeral was that day. But yeah, she was like the last of the grandmas. There's no more grandmas left. I think there's like one grandpa left, but he likes being left alone, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, there's no more grandpas or grandmas. Excuse me. She's basically the only mother you had. Yeah. Damn. It's like that, man. It'd be like that. But that's my thing, man. I felt a little. My anxiety kicked in because the kids were playing soccer, and I'm over here doing some spiritual breathing shit with the cigar donated to the tree, and I'm hearing everything around me, and I'm like, I know no one's gonna run up and snatch the phone. I know that, but I'm just like, I'll leave it at three, three heart, three heartful inhales for now. I normally do 4, but I'm aiming for 5 now. 5 is my new number. Pretty good. Well, I ain't gonna say it's my new number. Apparently, it's always been there. Apparently, 5 has always been the number. I guess you wouldn't know. But yeah, I'm over here walking towards it's funny, Lilith, you used to see me do this in the daytime. Walking the same path going towards what is it, the library, whatever. Did I go this way? I went all the way down in the daytime when it was sunnier. But now it's getting colder. I'm like, why is my hand so cold? But I've been out here for an hour. I wonder if Adri ever finished the fried rice. Oh, let me know if my connection gets spotty too. I know it gets fucked up around here. This is the section that starts getting fucked up. Need some gloves. I do have some gloves on me too. Let me put them on. You're right. I had them on a while ago. I took them off to break down the cigar. All right, here we go. Plug it. It's a good time to do it because connection gets messed up. Right here. Oh, my bad. Yeah, there we go. The visual was spotty, but your sound is okay. That happens all the time. I hate that. That's happened a lot. Sunset, and I was like, damn, I gotta start doing this more often. Yeah, I probably will start bringing back the live chats, Lily or Lilith. Ooh. Love fall, same. Yeah, I love fall too. That's probably why I wanted to stop with the live chats so often, because I was like, that way, you know, I don't have to be outside getting all cold and shit. But something was telling me to go on stream today. I was like, hop on live stream like old days and just get it going, you know, get things flowing. Feel me? But yeah, I might have to preserve the phone battery. Let me end it right here. You're probably gonna see me hop on Digimon in a second. We'll see when I get there. It's been a minute, yeah. The thing is, I'm not making it a podcast episode because I'm doing them differently. So I'll probably just have more fun doing this. But yeah. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.